Hello, good morning, everyone. This is Uncle Yeow and the Singapore Story. Today is the 8th of August. All right. Tomorrow, 9th of August, will be our National Day. So I'm wishing everyone Happy National Day, Happy Birthday, Singapore. Now, 8th August also happens to be Lin Yao's birthday. So I'm going to wish Lin Yao happy birthday. Now, what is the topic for discussion today? Well, like I said the last time, today we are going to talk about why is Singapore called a little red dot, number one. And number two, why do we try so hard? In Singapore, we always try hard to be the best that we can be. And then number three, all right, what is the story behind Marina Bay Sands? So that will round up today's discussion. So first of all, a little red dot. Singapore is called a little red dot because if you were to open up the world map, the world atlas, and try to look for Singapore, you cannot find Singapore. It's too small to be represented. So what you find is at the tip of the Malayan Peninsula, a small red dot, and that represents Singapore. So that is why Singapore is known as a little red dot. But the first person to ever call us a little red dot was none other than President Habibie, former president of Indonesia. Now, when he called us a little red dot, it was not meant as a compliment. Rather, he was trying to ridicule us and say, "Oh, Singapore, you're so small. You're just a little red dot. If you look at Indonesia, it's a vast expanse of green." However, our Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong said, yes, acknowledge we are indeed a little red dot, but we must strive to be a very shining little red dot. And indeed, we are. Now, how are we a shining little red dot? Now, if you look at all the various things that Singapore does, we have got the best airport, the best seaport, the best airline, best in education, best in healthcare, best in public housing, so many things going for us. So in fact, Singapore actually punches way above our weight. All right, if you look at PISA score, for example, for 15-year-olds, in terms of reading, maths, and science, we are actually the top, beating even countries like Finland. So this is no easy feat. It's not easy. But Singapore, we believe in whatever we do, we must always strive to be the very best that we can be. Now, why is this important? Some people say, why do you try so hard? You are already successful. Why can't you slow down? Now, the fact is, if we were to stagnate, then we degenerate. Slow down, or worse, stand still, means others will just pass us by. And then it'll be very difficult for us to get back and catch up. So that's the reason why we strive so hard to always stay ahead of the curve in terms of competition. So now I hope I've given you reason as to why in some ways we are so competitive, we are paranoid, all right? We have a crisis mentality. Everything that we deal with, we always make sure that we give our best. And not only that, we ensure that we always stay ahead. And that's how we can remain successful going into the future. All right. Now, what is the story behind Marina Bay Sands? Now, this is something very important, very interesting. All right, Marina Bay Sands is actually one of Singapore's most iconic landmark in terms of tourist attraction. It is designed by world-renowned architect, all right, an Israeli by the name of Moshe Shafi. He's also the one who designed the jewel at Changi. But it is not about the building or the design, but rather the story behind it. Now, the story behind it is actually about casino. Now, for many years, Sentosa has not been successful. And many people were suggesting, why don't we have a casino in Sentosa? But whenever this subject was broached, Lee Kuan Yew, our prime minister then, always rejected, all right, and say, no way, over my dead body, because he was dead against gambling. He thinks that will hurt Singaporean going forward. But why did he relent at the end of it? That's the interesting part. Now, when the subject was broached again, this time round, Singapore came up with a very interesting concept known as integrated resort. Now, integrated resort means it is not just about casino. In fact, the casino in the Marina Bay Sands is less than 3% of the total area. But rather, this is actually a mixed development. You have got hotels, you have got attractions, you have got whatever, MICE, industries, conference, MICE meaning meetings, incentive tours, conference, and exhibitions. So the MICE industry is actually a very big industry, and it attracts a lot of international foreign visitors to Singapore. So that forms a big part of the integrated concept. So the casino portion is only a very small portion. So because of that, finally, Lee Kuan Yew relented. And I was very shocked. Instead of just building one casino, we actually built two, Marina Bay Sands and Resort World Sentosa. So you see, that goes to show the pragmatism of the man. All right, when you want to do it, you're serious about it, you really do it. But not only that, when he was concerned about citizens going gambling, what he did was we instituted legal regulations. For Singaporeans wanting to go to the casino, every day they have to pay $100. And now it has been raised to 150. So imagine, before you can go to the casino and make money, you have already lost $150. So that actually discourages the bulk of Singaporeans. It is only the very rich that can afford to the casino. So in this way, we managed to tackle the issue and the problem. Now, integrated resort is actually an euphemism for casino. But now, the whole world is abuzz with integrated resort. Everybody else wants to build integrated resort. You take Thailand, Japan, Philippines, whatever, everybody is now rushing to say, oh, they also want to build integrated resort. Now, how successful are Singapore's integrated resort? The two, Marina Bay Sands, Resort World Sentosa? Well, we actually have overtaken Las Vegas, and we are only behind Macau in terms of the industry. So that speaks volume for the kind of what you call success that we have. In fact, these two resorts every year accounts for about 2 to 3% of our GDP, 20,000 new jobs. And not only that, another 20,000 indirectly, other industries. And this also helps Singapore's tourism trade to bounce back once again after the financial crisis. So this is why it is so important. So Singapore, indeed, it is a shining little red dot. So whenever people say little red dot, just remind them, no, it is not little red dot, but it's actually a shining little red dot. And we can be very proud of this shining little red dot. So that's the message I want to share with you this National Day. I wish everybody tomorrow, 9 August, Happy National Day, Happy Birthday, Singapore. All right, this is Uncle Yeow signing off. Thank you, everyone.